YouTube, welcome back to another video from Two Way Cycling. It's your boy Ray, the left-handed shooter, and today we're gonna cover my favorite handgun of 2024 going into 2025. Happy New Year's, everybody. So, my favorite handgun of 2024, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't own it. It is the Staccato XC.
Shout out to my brothers from the block. Cause I got a Glock and it cost them a lot. Yes, they keep that strap for the enemies, in case the enemies bring that too. They load up the chopper, let it spray. If the ops try to play, they gon' blow them away. Yes, they keep that strap for the enemies. When it's time for some get back, chopper it go click, clack, boom.
Holy shit. You feel powerful, bro? I came a little bit. Like a little bit's dripping down on my leg. But with that being said, I do own my second favorite handgun, and that is gonna be this bad girl right here, the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. And I'm just gonna show you guys, she's all clear. So we got no rounds in the magazine. Chamber's also clear, you know, nothing in there. But yeah, the M&P 2.0 is my favorite handgun overall, day in, day out. It does exactly what I like. For whatever reason, I've always had my EDC, which is right here, which is the Smith & Wesson Shield, 1.0. Put that up because that is loaded. So that I've carried that since I got it. I enjoyed it. I shoot it okay. Nothing spectacular, but I've always enjoyed that. And then finally, I picked up the 2.0 at the end of 2023. Didn't really shoot it for a while. Then finally took it to the range, started shooting it, and there was like a night and day shift in my shooting, I would say. I don't know if it's grip angle, if it was maybe that I took enough time off of shooting that I could kind of relearn things and not make the same mistakes that I was making previously, or if it just has a lot of the things that I needed so that I could make advancements. Right, like I could get a really good grip on it because the grip is more beveled. It isn't as square as a lot of other polymer striker fired handguns. Right, it's more round. The the back straps are interchangeable. I don't have all the ones that come with it. This one is the medium small. Because I bought this at a pawn shop. I'm gonna be honest. I bought it at a pawn shop because it was super cheap and it already had an optic on it. The trigger on these, right? A trigger on the 2.0 is actually really good. I would say this stock trigger compared to like a Glock stock trigger or maybe a CZ stock trigger is better. When you compare it to Canics and some of the Welthers, I would say those are better. Just be completely honest with you guys, be transparent. As far as the system overall, like this firearm was already broken in when I got it. Again, like I bought it at a pawn shop, so I don't know how many rounds I shot through it, and I've shot maybe, I've shot 4K. So I've shot about 2,200 rounds through it, right? Give or take. I've used 4 ammo cans of 500, and then I have a half, so let's say 2,200 or so. And it's just done everything that I always wanted to do, but it's done it better than I was previously doing it. Previously, I shot Glocks, VP9s. I really like the VP9s just because it was like the first ambidextrous firearm that I shot. And for whatever reason, the height overboard those things are ridiculous. And I kind of just never was like making any progress. I would rent them. I was waiting to buy one. I would rent them constantly when I would go to the range and I would put like 200-300 rounds. And it was just like I never got any better. Then with Glocks, it was kind of the same thing. Never really made any improvements. My wife loves Glocks and she shoots them fantastic. She doesn't quite like the Smith. She doesn't like the feel of it in her hands, and I guess that is a big thing, you know, because your hands are the first part that's making contact with the firearm. That's all the contact you're making with it. So if it doesn't feel good to you, then you're obviously maybe not going to shoot it great. There are people out there who are fantastic shooters, can shoot anything, you know, like pew view and stuff like that. That guy can shoot whatever. It doesn't matter. Like he shoot a paper plane, he's fantastic. So I guess that is like a big thing about it. Same thing when I shot the Staccato XC. It was huge. Like I understood it was a full size, but it was a lot bigger than I anticipated. But for whatever reason, when I got it in my hands and I got a good grip on it, it was like fantastic. It was super flat. Obviously, the trigger was amazing. Like you can't compare it to anything else. Um, just just the way that the slide reticulated and the dot went back to 0. It had an aim-point acro P2 on it, and it was just kind of like the dot almost never left the window. And prior to me shooting that, I never quite understood that. People were like, oh, the dot never leaves the window. But I never understood for like a split second with everything else that I did lose a dot. With that, it was kind of like it was always there. It never went away. Like I could actually track the dot. So that's one thing. When it goes to like Glocks and I would say the CZs and stuff, it's just the way it feels in my hands. I don't think it's not a grip angle thing. A lot of people say the Glock grip angle or whatever, 1911 grip angle. No, it doesn't really like. It's not really more of like a wrist thing. It's more of like a feel, right? With this, I feel like I can really kind of just clamp down on it like this. Have that high thumb, and I'm putting more pressure like this finger up here with this finger here, my middle finger, and then my lower finger kind of squeezing it forward like this, and then having my trigger finger free, and then I can clamp over the top. And it just seems like that's working the best for me to stay on target so the rounds go where I'm looking. So that's pretty much the biggest difference. With other firearms and other striker fire polymer guns, I've struggled with that. Even with like, well, I kind of did enjoy shooting that. The Palmetto State Dagger, I kind of like that. It's a little bit, it's skinnier and it's more beveled. So that kind of gave me a little bit better of a purchase, I would say. But yeah, this right here, I don't think these are beatable for the price point. For the price point, what they come with. If you find one that is the optic ready version with the new trigger in them, they're under 600, generally under 600 or in the $600 ballpark. They're not beatable. They come with height sights. You do have to switch the plates. You're probably going to want to get like the dog tags from something Kinetics Industry or something like that. The dog tag plate is like the best one out there. Get a plate. You can put whatever dot on it. I have the 407K on here because it is more of a carry size dot, and it works perfect. It's the first dot that I've owned, and it's worked great for me. But yeah, the biggest thing is like just the feel in my hand. Like I can't get over that feeling of it being in my hand. And like I also never really shot with both eyes open till this. But I understood it now. It's harder for me to shoot both eyes open with just shooting irons. But when it comes to red dots, I can do it. I can put one eye on the target, other eye on the red dot, and if it matches up, that's where it's going, and it works great. I I think if you're in the market for something that is reliable, that is simple, give these a try. I'll be honest, they do not have the aftermarket support that the Glocks have. Not even close. You know, you're not going to find 10,000 different slide manufacturers. You're not going to find a bunch of different triggers. You're not going to find a different mag wells. There's like only 3 companies that make mag wells for them. It's like Ed Brown, and I can't remember the other 2. But yeah, you're not going to find a ton of mag wells, a ton of all that stuff, right? The magazines, they're metal and they're expensive. You're paying anywhere between $25 to $37 for these, right? If you get the blue Pro Mag ones, I think those are like the $22 to $27 ones. And if you get the factory ones, they're like 37 to 50 something. And then if you get the ones that come with the metal frames or the bigger capacity ones, even more expensive. But it's a metal mag, you know what I mean? They're not going to implode. Same thing, triggers. I don't have an Apex in this one or this one, but get an Apex. Apex, best trigger out there for these. You can switch out the plungers and do all kinds of stuff, make it really light, but still keep a duty rated safe. Fantastic there, right? Can't say enough about that. And then just get a good holster, right? Another you're not going to find a lot of different barrels and comps for these either. Parker Mountain Machine makes some, I believe, and there's like 1 or 2 other companies. Not a ton, but like I said, it's pretty good right out of the box. And by pretty good, I mean like, it's like, you can use it. You can use it really good. You can be really effective. You can get a lot of training in. And you can just really enjoy it. Yeah, this right here has made me like, this is it. You know, besides like wanting an XC or like some type of 2011 or DS 1911, this right here, like I can't wait to get my next one of these. You know what I mean? I'm always got my eye out. I really would like, you know, like the Bull Shark or one of the special edition ones, because I really, really like them. Yeah. So guys, With that being said, this is my favorite firearm of 2024, 2025. It is Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. I think they're fantastic for me. I prefer it over everything else besides DS 1911s, but you know what I mean, that's a whole different category. I recommend these guys, especially if you're a lefty. If you're a lefty dude, a lot of the left-handed shooters that I follow shoot these, and I started following them more after I already owned this, or I didn't get one because somebody else recommended it. It just was a happenstance. They're fantastic. They're a little bit hard. Also, downside, right? Like, I'm gonna talk negatives. Downsides, they are a little bit hard to work on. I already mentioned the fact that they don't have crazy aftermarket support, but they are a little bit hard to work on. Like, changing out the trigger on these is not something as easy as it is on a Glock or in some of the other brands, even like the Canics. It's not easy. It's why I haven't swapped mine out, because it's not something I don't think I could do this at home. I'm an okay guns, like I'm okay at gunsmithing. I can put AR lowers, uppers, and stuff together. I can do the Glock triggers, all that stuff. I can put the Glock uppers up together. I can do the triggers on the Canics. I've done that. On this, when I watched a video on how to do it on this, it was an hour and 45-minute long video, and you have to take parts of the upper apart, right, to switch out plungers and stuff like that. And then you got to do the whole lower, and you pretty much got to take everything off, and it's a pain. So I haven't done it. And then guess what? I took it to my local shop here, and they were like, yeah, we don't do those. We don't do triggers on those. We sell the trigger kits, but we don't do the triggers on them. We recommend you take it to this gunsmith across town. And I was like, okay, cool. I reached out to that guy, and he's got a bit of a wait list right now to do some things, but I'm probably going to switch it out to an Apex. I don't think it needs it. I'm going to hold on to my Apex till, like, if I end up getting the 5-inch, because this is the compact size. I do want the full size. If I end up getting the full size and it has the old style hinge trigger, I will probably put I'm going to put the Apex in that, right? Put the Apex in that, and then put, like, something different. Maybe I'll get a mailbox, or like a RMR or something like that, SRO, or the 507 comp, that super big one, something like that. But yeah, guys, like I said, really enjoy these. So if you guys can do me a favor, man, like, comment, subscribe, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'd super duper appreciate that. Thank you guys for all the support in the last video, where I talked about some of the scams in the 2A community to keep an eye out on, so you guys don't get your money took. But that being said, it's your boy Ray, the left-handed shooter, and I will catch you on the next one. If we get 15 likes on this video, the next video will be a range day video. If we get 100 likes, I'll do a Olight pistol light giveaway. So till next time, guys, peace.